So this is just an update on the pregnancy test after my 2-week wait. So last Tuesday, when I was 8 days past the trigger shot, I started testing. I wanted to test to see when the trigger shot got out of my system so that I would know if I had a true positive. Because the first time I got pregnant, I didn't know that the trigger shot stayed in your system for 10 days. They forgot to tell me that. So I got a positive on the afternoon of the 9th day. And so when I went in on the 10th day for a blood test, they're like, I don't think this is going to be from the trigger shot, but we'll just have to see what the levels are. And so I was in shock. I was like, I had no idea that was even a possibility. So this time, last month and this month, I started testing to try and test it out of my system so that I would know for sure if I got a true positive. And kind of like last month, I got positives like for each one, and they would show up, like when I would take the test, it would show a positive, it would dry like the side, because there would be the wider line, and then it would all the ink would go like to the side, if that makes any sense. And so I was watching them, and I, of course, kept them all and took pictures and tried to decide if it was getting darker or lighter. Sometimes I felt like it was darker, sometimes I felt like it was lighter. I am a piano-stick addict. I did 2 a day. I did them in the mornings and in the afternoons. And so I just was not getting any kind of answers. I didn't know what it was. And then, because last month, when I was not pregnant, I got a faint positive all the way onto 13 days after the trigger shot. And so I don't know how, I don't know if maybe it was a chemical pregnancy or if being on blood thinners just made the hormones stay in my body longer. I don't really know, because it didn't get darker, but it did stay faint for 13 days after the trigger shot. So this time it was darker than last month. So, I kind of was hopeful there. I had some friends that I sent pictures to every day. And so one of my good friends, she was like, "You're pregnant. You're definitely pregnant." And I was like, I just don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up because I don't know. So one afternoon I took a test and it was lighter. And I was like, okay, obviously this is not the month again. I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get excited. I don't think I'm pregnant. So then I just kept testing. And I did the test with the blue dye, and I would not recommend those because it was so confusing, and I would never know for sure what's going on, because I would think like it would start out as a faint positive and then it would get darker after it dried, and so confusing. So one of my other friends was like, you need to go get one that has the pink lines. It won't be as bad for an evap line, so you need to get those. So I went and got one of those tests, and I took that Sunday morning, and here are the results of that. I'm pregnant! Yes, we found out on Sunday, today's Tuesday, we found out Sunday that I am pregnant. We got this positive. And so we went yesterday, and I got a blood test. And it was day 14 after my trigger shot, so about day 13 from ovulation, because they say you ovulate within 36 hours of the trigger shot, so we'll just say day 13. And my levels were, or my HCG level was 309. So a little on the high side from some of the research I've done, but we'll just have to see. Tomorrow I go back for my follow-up, for my second blood test to make sure that the numbers are doubling. And I'll be day 16 past the trigger shot, which the month I was pregnant with twins, I went on day 11 and day 16. So I'll have a good comparison from, the day 16 to see what it kind of looks like for that. And I know that's not a for sure indicator, but it will be fun just to see. I had, if you didn't watch the video, I did have 2 follicles that were big for me at least. They were 18.46 and 18.14 millimeters, whatever the measurement is, before I took the trigger shot, which for me, those are big, because that's my problem. My follicles don't get big enough. So The month I got pregnant with twins, I had one at 18 and one at 15. So, you know, there is a good possibility that I could have twins again. So just kind of have to wait to see for that. But I will, I'll do a pregnancy vlog in a couple days to kind of give you an update on the pregnancy. But I just wanted to share the good news. Talk to you guys later. Bye.